The release of Farming Simulator 25 is just around the corner, set for November 12th. This much-anticipated game will introduce numerous new elements, enriching the game's depth and providing players with fresh experiences. This version promises to build upon its predecessors by offering more comprehensive gameplay, deeper mechanics, and an enhanced visual experience that is sure to captivate both new and veteran players. In this comprehensive overview, I'll break down the key updates and additions that players can expect in this version, ensuring you're well prepared for what lies ahead. The first major addition is rice, which takes center stage as the thematic highlight of this edition. Players will have the option to grow two distinct types of rice, short grain and long grain, each presenting unique cultivation requirements and challenges. The game introduces a new field flooding mechanic essential for rice farming. For short grain rice, fields must be flooded prior to planting to create the right water conditions, while long grain rice fields require flooding after sowing. This distinction will necessitate strategic thinking and planning, adding an extra layer of complexity to the gameplay. Specialized equipment, including new planters and harvesters tailored to rice cultivation, will be available, ensuring that players can manage their farms with greater efficiency. Harvesting methods will differ between rice types. Short grain rice will need a unique harvester, while long grain rice can be collected using more conventional equipment. This will require players to allocate resources and manage their schedules carefully, making rice farming a rewarding but demanding endeavor. Beyond rice, new crops like green beans, peas, and spinach will further expand the roster of plantable options, each bringing its own cultivation process and economic benefits. These crops will come with specific machinery requirements, prominently featuring specialized equipment from the renowned Oxbow brand. Spinach stands out due to its unique mechanic, allowing it to be harvested twice within a single growing season, once in the spring and then again in the autumn. This dual harvest mechanic offers players the chance to maximize their yield potential and diversify their income streams. The introduction of these crops will enrich the crop rotation system and push players to adapt their farming strategies for optimal results. Managing a broader range of crops will add depth to gameplay, ensuring that players remain engaged as they plan planting and harvesting schedules to balance time and profitability. Farming Simulator 25 will also feature an expanded range of animals, including buffaloes and goats. Buffaloes, which are more commonly associated with Asian agriculture, will produce milk that can be used to create specialty products such as mozzarella cheese. Goats, known for their versatile nature, will provide milk that can be turned into goat cheese, adding more variety to dairy production chains. This diversification of livestock allows players to explore new avenues of farm management and economic growth. Additionally, each animal species will now have juvenile forms such as calves, lambs, and chicks, enhancing the visual and operational aspects of animal husbandry. This addition introduces a greater sense of life and continuity to the farm. However, the lack of gender-specific animals means bulls, rams, and billy goats will not be included, simplifying the breeding system but limiting realism. While this choice streamlines gameplay, it may disappoint those seeking a more immersive simulation. Nonetheless, these new animal additions will encourage players to diversify their operations and rethink traditional strategies. One of the most exciting features of this release is the new base map, Hutan Pantai, which transports players to an Asian-inspired environment. This map is rich with exotic elements, complete with irregularly shaped fields, narrow winding roads, and unique geographical challenges. The varied terrain and landscape will compel players to adapt to local conditions, introducing a novel layer of strategic gameplay. The tropical climate and dense vegetation will immerse players in a vibrant new setting, brimming with detail from traditional Asian architecture to lush rice paddies. The second major map, Riverbend Springs, takes players to an American setting characterized by a significant river that bisects the map. This division will add logistical challenges, requiring players to think creatively about transportation and connectivity. Managing resources and planning routes effectively will be key to optimizing production and maintaining smooth operations across divided territories. These new environments will offer fresh and immersive gameplay, compelling players to develop new tactics to navigate the distinctive features of each map. Water physics in Farming Simulator 25 will see significant advancements, contributing an unprecedented level of realism to the game. Vehicles and characters will now interact dynamically with water, creating ripples and waves, while rainfall will leave visible droplets on machinery, mirrors, and surfaces. Although it remains unconfirmed whether raindrops will appear on windshields, these weather effects promise to elevate the overall immersive experience. Enhanced water physics will influence gameplay by making weather conditions a more impactful factor during fieldwork and transport, requiring players to adapt their strategies in response to changing circumstances. This attention to environmental detail adds a new layer of realism, enhancing the visual appeal and connecting players more deeply to their virtual farming world. Lighting effects have been overhauled to improve the realism of different times of day, particularly morning and night. Light will now reflect more authentically off various surfaces, including wet roads, vehicle exteriors, and road signs, enhancing the atmosphere during gameplay. This refinement ensures that exploring maps at different times will feel immersive and lifelike, with distinct changes in visual ambience. Trees, especially deciduous varieties, have also been given a significant visual update with terrain with more realistic bark textures and detailed branching structures. These changes make the game's forested areas appear more true to life, adding to the overall sense of realism. A new fog mechanic introduces an additional challenge by affecting visibility based on weather and time of day, forcing players to adjust their approach when operating in low visibility conditions. The presence of layered fog that varies in density and location will make gameplay more strategic and visually appealing. One of the standout features in this release is the dynamic 3D soil system, which changes how vehicles interact with the ground. Soil will now have varying properties such as hardness and stickiness, influenced by weather and field conditions affecting how machines perform. Players may find their vehicles becoming stuck or slowed in certain conditions, making equipment choice and fieldwork timing more crucial than ever. The updated tire model and how dirt accumulates on tires, especially after moving through water or muddy areas, add further realism. The new dirt mechanics will reflect environmental interaction more accurately, creating an authentic farming experience. These details will make fieldwork more engaging, requiring players to think more strategically about the timing and type of machinery used to minimize difficulties and enhance productivity. Interacting with NPCs will be a fresh addition that brings a narrative element to Farming Simulator 25. Players will have the option to engage in conversations with non-playable characters who may offer advice, share backstories, or assign optional tasks. This new feature will add depth to the world building and provide a sense of community within the game. The interactions, while not fully voiced in every language, will include translated subtitles to maintain accessibility for a global audience. This edition appeals to players who enjoy immersive gameplay and a richer storytelling experience. Moreover, the game introduces manual replenishment of baler supplies like twine and foil as an option. This new mechanic will allow players to choose between maintaining traditional gameplay or opting for more realistic hands-on farm management. The advanced GPS system will be a significant innovation, offering smarter machine navigation and enhanced pathfinding. This will enable workers to operate efficiently on irregularly shaped fields and manage complex tasks autonomously. The new GPS system marks a leap forward for large-scale farming operations, streamlining workflows and reducing the margin for error, ultimately boosting productivity and gameplay satisfaction. Dynamic weather conditions, including severe events like tornadoes, are set to enhance gameplay by introducing elements of risk and strategy. Players will have the option to enable or disable these extreme weather phenomena or choose non-destructive versions for a tailored experience. The new weather system will require players to consider its impact on crops and farm operations, adding an extra dimension to strategic planning. The possibility of unexpected weather disruptions will keep players on their toes, necessitating more careful monitoring and decision-making. This unpredictability adds to the complexity of farm management, making each season unique and challenging in its own way. The addition of new brands and machinery, including off-road motorcycles, will broaden the equipment options available to players. These motorcycles will offer a fast and efficient way to navigate large farms, making it easier to manage and oversee various tasks. The expanded machinery lineup will allow players to fine-tune their approach to fieldwork, tailoring their equipment choices to meet the specific needs of their farm. This increase in available machinery enhances the customization and operational efficiency of the gameplay, giving players more control and flexibility. Production chains will see significant upgrades with new opportunities such as bottling milk and creating diverse rice-based products. These additions will expand the economic aspects of the game, offering new avenues for profit and farm development. Players will also be able to undertake building and renovation projects like restoring historical structures or constructing new facilities. This will involve gathering materials and investing time and resources, adding a strategic layer to farm expansion and customization. Completing these projects will provide not just functional benefits but also aesthetic and economic value, enriching the gameplay experience with long-term goals and creative freedom. In summary, Farming Simulator 25 is shaping up to be the most ambitious and detailed entry in the series yet. With its extensive array of new crops, animals, maps, machinery, and enhanced gameplay mechanics, it promises an immersive, realistic, and fulfilling farming experience. Players can anticipate facing a range of new challenges and opportunities that will redefine what it means to manage a successful virtual farm. This new edition invites all players to dive into a world where strategy, adaptability, and creativity are key, making the path to growth and success more dynamic and rewarding than ever.